So this is probably the nicer of the 2.75 bathrooms. The 2.75 will make sense in a little while. So this will be one full bath. It's very outdated, but it is nice shape. There's a couple like blemishes here and there, like the vanity mirror setup thing is kind of gross. But you didn't finish cleaning in here, right?
Hell no. I
Like
started.
this got some rust on the baseboard, but it's not bad. That toilet was replaced at one point, but we need like an elongated bowl, and I dumped here as the first thing I had to do, make sure it flushed, and the whole toilet has a wobble to it, so that's got to be addressed. This is one of the newer windows, dusty ass curtain. I almost feel like this wall needs to be like, this needs to be three-sided, but I know why it's open, because it's very tight in there between the walls. I couldn't get a adequate squeeze. So this is probably going to be our bedroom temporarily until we build the master suite, is what we're going to call it, upstairs. So once again, hardwood floor. There's so many buttons and switches over here. So we have every heat imaginable here. We have baseboard, we have electric in there, there's forced heat there, and there's a fireplace. What else what am I missing something?
You said forced,
Yeah,
electric,
forced,
and then there's
electric, baseboard.
there's the wood burner downstairs.
There's a wood downstairs. The fireplace is here, which we're gonna put an insert in. And then, so these are two different thermostats. There's random doorbells and chimes everywhere. I don't know why. This is for the fan, but there's no light on there. So we're gonna have to figure out something to get a light switch over here. And I don't know if we're gonna keep the fan or not, but this is cool. This closet setup. So all the closets down here have, when you open the door, the light turns on. Oh, why is it freaking out? Okay, we're good. So the cords are kind of shit, but we could tuck that up, but like shelf, hooks. I don't know why there's natural light boxes taped to the wall. TV mount, this is all gonna get spackled and whatnot. This is a good window. Okay, guest bedroom, our temporary bedroom remodel. So right now, the only thing I did was I painted the ceiling, except for the edges, and I installed a ceiling fan. The other fan had no light on it, and this has a remote, so I could turn the light on and off. But this is the only switch I mentioned that turns the fan on. We're gonna try to replace this with a regular switch. There was a doorbell here, I have no idea why. We're doing test colors, and I've been spackling and trying to get all the holes filled. I need to come back and sand that right there. I'm probably gonna take the mount down temporarily to paint. No sense in painting around that. Probably deleting the cable jack there. There was another one that came through the wall there, so I have to remove that, fill that hole. There was another cord that came through the floor. We're gonna have to patch that. Not sure if we're leaving this electric heater. That is probably one of those thermostats that does not work. I believe these are the two colors we're gonna do in this room. Hey, look, that one looks very dark in the light, or on the phone. That is much lighter in person. That looks almost black. That looks like, this one looks like this on the camera. So picture that there, and then like the difference there. That's, wow. There's a lot of patching to do, and that's gonna have to get sanded. I need it filled over here. They had a lot of Velcro on the wall. This cover on this baseboard is shot. I got a plastic one that I'm gonna try to install there. We found out the walls are plaster the hard way. So all the walls have the curve in the ceiling, if you can see. And I was trying to get all the loose stuff out of there. And we're at this point now, so I have no idea how to patch that. It's not like doing regular drywall. Yeah. Oh, the fan's getting dusty already. I barely even sanded in here. And then there was a crack here, and I gouged it out, and I spackled it. There's a vent there. We don't know what all the vents do. Like, there's another one there. There's so many vents everywhere. Okay, I didn't add this to the video, but I knew about it then. In the vanity that I showed, that's a razor blade hole. Chances are there's probably 5,000 razor blades in the wall from somebody shaving. That's what they used to do back in the day. If you've never seen that before, they would just discard the razor blades in the wall, thinking it would never be a problem. So if we ever tear into this wall, there will be nothing but razor blades in there. Almost guaranteed. Okay. So I just drilled the slot out a little bit bigger and showed it. And we're gonna take our first looks with the camera. I'll put the link for this camera in my affiliate links. But it's articulating, so that's up. Not a whole lot of anything going on up there. Let's look down. And that is the floor. There's a 2x4 going across, like some blocking. And I don't see any razor blades. So, look at that, it's the corner. That's to the right, I believe. Yeah, that's to the right. That's up. Let me... Can you see that? Yeah, I just see dirt and dust, and that piece right there might be a drill shaving from what I just did. Huh, so that's nice knowing that that there's not a million razor blades in there. It's actually surprising that there's not one. But let's just show this camera in here real quick. So this is looking straight in, and that is up. So I just wanted to pull this timer out. You can follow the wire. You can see right there is a steel pipe, cast iron probably. And I think that's for the upstairs shower. You look down. And let me see. The pipe is on the right. Where was I before? I wanted to show the lath. So right now I'm behind a board, and then the pipe is here behind where that light bulb is on my right, and you can see all that pushing through right there. So this isn't a wood lath built walls. This is steel lath. So they put steel mesh up in between the studs. Then they did like a plaster mortar mix, and they smeared that through, and that's what stuck through the steel mesh that you can see in there. And then they did the actual plaster coating on top of that, from my understanding of it. So this is a system that is after wood lath, where they would have a bunch of skinny boards going across with an air gap between them, and then the plaster would stick between the lath boards. That's what would bond it. So that oozing out is good bonding. And then after this system, from my understanding, would be similar to sheetrock, but it was boards this big, rectangles, and they would nail that to the wall, and then do standard like drywall practices with that, mud it, and that would be that. And then they came out the big sheets of drywall. From my understanding, that's just my little bit of research, but good to know there's not a million razor blades in there. This camera's pretty cool. We now know, if we're screwing into this, that there's a water line in there, the drain line.
It could have been bad.
I know the electric line's running up here, which this is drop ceiling, so I could probably push it up and access it anyways. Not a problem. And then finding a stud, if we had to screw into here, this is why I bought that, to find a stud. Stud finder does not work on this. The magnet trick won't work because the magnets, what they would do is try to find the nails through the plaster on the lath where they nailed the lath in. That won't work because there's steel behind everything. Every square inch is steel. And I have a piece of it, but they're little diamonds like that shaped, and that's what the laugh is on this house. Okay, temporary bathroom remodel. As I showed in the first video of the house, this was the nice bathroom, but it's the uglier one. We took the curtain rod down. I'm starting to spackle the hole. That was the first coat. So I got to touch up there, but my girlfriend painted nearly everything. We got to come up with a solution for the ceiling. And then the window trim needs to get another coat on it. It was just taking a really long time. And then when we peeled the tape, it just ripped there. But the other toilet's gonna go in. I have this hideous vanity. And I stuck a camera in and we looked to see if there was any razor blades in there. Luckily, there was not. And I went to take this apart and try to see what was wrong with the bulb. The outlet over here arced and shorted this out. So it was ugly anyway, threw it out. Right now I'm cutting through the tile in the wall. I found another recessed vanity. She doesn't know that I'm doing this right now. And I'm gonna try to do this and a light above it and surprise her with it. I think she knows I'm up to something though, because I asked her which light she would like. And she liked that. And then that's gonna be the recessed one. So we'll have a mirror and a light. Definitely a lot nicer than this thing. This had 2 fluorescent tubes up it. It was just heinous. And then the ugly mirror. It's heavier than hell though. So that's going. She doesn't know that yet, so it'll be a neat little surprise. And apparently, we have a cat. He lives in the barn out back. Siamese cat. He's not friendly. He won't come anywhere near us. So, back to the work on this place. Well, this light is not doing the walls any justice. This is a super bright white color. I just want to showcase a little product I found at Lowe's. It was on sale. So this is a ceiling fan light box. Basically, you thread it and it shoves these little teeth into the studs. And it says it's between 16 and 24 on center studs. I'm working with 14 inches. Came with some extra screws. So I bought it thinking I was going to modify it, cut it, and just make it narrower because it said 16 was the minimum. This is 14. And I cut a hole here. If she saw this right now, she wouldn't be happy because she just painted these walls. So this is the light box. And then there's an adapter with the vanity light that I'm going to use. And then you're supposed to be able to do this through the hole, which maybe that's why 16 inches minimum is required to get it in and then out. Let me show you that. It's a pretty nice piece. This fits on there nice. So basically there's 2 feet they're supposed to sit up against drywall and it's supposed to space it perfectly. I had to rotate the feet away from it. I had to rotate the feet away from it because the wall is so thick. It's not even funny how thick it is. So now that's working. So now I have to find which knockout I'm going to use. Excuse me, it's dusty in here. And knockout I'm going to use. Run a wire down. I'm going to pop another hole through here. Do another switch like I did over here. This switch I added, that was for a timer. I had to make the switch a little bit bigger. It had an old school metal box. So I'm gonna do a switch about equal height. So that'll, this is gonna get changed eventually. And then I have to clean this up. This is where the vanity was, the old one. The new vanity, I test fit it in this hole. I'll show you that in a second. And then we'll get the switch mounted, get the light working, shove the vanity in, screw it into the studs, and then caulk around the top, paint this up, and that should be good as new. Just wanted to show this. This is the corner tile here. That is the thin set, I guess they used with the mud. I don't know why it's so thick. And then that is the wall, and then plaster, thin layer, and then paint. There's another coat of plaster, and then that is the steel lath. I'm not 100% sure what was going on here, but that is about 1.5 inches thick at least. Okay, got a mess going on here, but that's gonna be nice. My pencil mark, you can still see it, so I'm gonna have to touch that up. And then I just sanded this here, so I'm gonna have to paint that. And I'm gonna try to get the vanity in right now. Okay, it's a mess in here, but we're getting cleaner. This is installed. This looks really good. You got both switches. I'm just painting around. That looks like a run. I'm gonna touch that up. But then painting around this, that's gonna need another few coats. And then just touching up there. But I don't know how, like that was there. Like, do I sand all that? Like, curtain rods going there, you'll never see it. I gotta win and pick my battles here. So it's ugly. It's certainly a lot better. I had to modify this thing just a little bit. It's it needed some loving. When I put the screws in here, this started separating, and then the back started falling out, so then I had to take it out and then drill a pilot hole. The staples were ripping off this wood. It's a little bit banged up, but for $60 from Lowe's, way better than what we had. And I'm just probably gonna caulk it. You see my cut wasn't oversized, but I still like to caulk it. And that's pretty much done for in here. For the minute, we'll resume back to this video when we do more to it. I don't know.
How?
Hit the button.
This one?
Yes.
Ooh.
Hit the other button. And you get, it's so dark in here without that.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And then look at the shelves are adjustable.
Are they?
Yeah. And I figured we could change that knob. That's just what it came with.
It's fine.
That's just how it is because it's got rubber bumpers.
Okay.
Yeah, it threw me off for a second too.
I thought that the lights would be in this.
I thought so too, but that pink Dollar General cleaner, that really cleaned up what it was like 30 years of dust under there. I just want to caulk this. And then up at the top, I did pretty good. Like the hole's not bigger. It's bigger on that end, but I want to caulk that. And doesn't it? It looks, it's in more.
Yeah.
And that's as wide as it can go because the studs are there unless we reframed it. But that was the shortest one. Other ones are like 36 inches tall, and I would have to bring it down way low, which I think I could remove. There's a block there. I just think it was block there because it had the razor blade catcher or something, or it was just to hold up the other one. But I think that could have been removed, but it could have come down more. But it's sitting on a piece of wood, but I don't want to go too crazy. You know how much that was? It was in stock at Lowe's. $64.
That's not bad.
Right?
And then that was at Home Depot?
Yeah. That was like another $60 plus the bulbs. Yeah. I was going to get slightly smaller bulbs, but I wanted to keep the same look that we were going. And then I painted around this. I just got to put the trim on there, and I think that'll be done. And then I did another coat around the entire trim, but it needs more. And then over here, I don't like...
That looks good, though.
It looks good. I just don't like the finish. Like the brush finish. But, I mean...
I don't like the brush finish, like, on anything, but it is what it is at a certain point.
Yeah, well, I did my best over here to try and blend it.
No, you did good.
Yeah. You know, if we were talking about how thick the fucking walls are here with the plaster. Look, grab this right here.
Oh.
With the tile on there and everything. Look how thick the fucking wall is. So I don't get this, because this looks like sheetrock.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, I can investigate, it might be. But then there's the metal lath and plaster that shoves through it, and then this is the shit for the tile.
Yeah.
And then the tile, how thick it is. But I don't know why, it looks like they went over sheetrock in there. It does look, right?
Yeah.
So I don't understand why it's like that. Or since it's a bathroom, then you know what that might be? That might be Durarock. Maybe it's an old version of Durarock. Because you can't put sheetrock in like where the tub is. So maybe that's Durarock.
That is nasty. I didn't think it was that kind of yellow.
Yeah, I found out that the wall was yellow in here.
I thought it was like this was just a yellow.
No, it might have been like an off-white that's really dirty, but then maybe the yellow bled through it a little bit. I started sanding the little test spots. And then I figured when I had white out, I was gonna over it real quick and then paint the walls in here. Yeah, it was yellow in here. Okay, I'm working on the hole in the curve in the bedroom. And this is the first layer of drywall mud mixed with plaster of Paris. I could show that concoction because I'm gonna do another coat soon. It looks really bad up close, but it's way less deep than it was. It's really low there. You need a flexible spackle knife or taping knife to get it. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm just gonna do like that's thin. These holes like that. Up close it looks bad, but that I could just use like the ready to use spackle. And then that I'm gonna do another layer of the plaster of Paris. Get that nice, let it dry. First coat I did, I covered it with wood glue. When it was tacky, then I layered the first layer in. And then now I'm taking this is for bodywork on a car, a round block, some sticky paper, and then this to clean the paper off. So I don't gotta change it every 6 seconds, and I'm just going to town on it. So I spread this all the way out to over here because this was gouged out. And that's not bad. If I just did a nice thin layer of the ready to use, ready to paint in 30 minute stuff, the red can, that would come out pretty good, but it's low there. And then the closer you get, the worse it looks. But considering how bad it was and how far I had to take out all the loose stuff, that's pretty good. Update on our bedroom. I'm just primering all the spots, the test spots. They actually look lighter in person than on the camera. And this is taking so much work. There's a few spots right there that I have to touch up. And right there. So it's really hard to see when it was all sanded, so now I'm primering it and it's a little bit easier, but that curve is coming along. I think I showed how to do it. I'm gonna review the footage, and if I didn't, I'm gonna tell you how I did it. Over here, same thing, sanding it. That spot is gonna be noticeable if I don't go over it again, along with the very top there. To get in the curve, you need a really flexible plastic taping knife. So we're gonna get some color in here soon.
Them all day long.
Look how cool this is. I've never painted a color other than white, I don't think.
What?
What?
You don't hate?
I said I don't think I've ever painted a color other than white.
Oh.
You ready?
Yep.
Here goes nothing.
Great. It looks darker on this. It's definitely not that dark.
On the phone.
It's so light though.
I know.
I don't know. This is doing it no justice. It looks damn near black. I like it. Like, does this even look black? No, that looks bluer. It's just, it looks
I like
black.
that little bit on the lid, because that's on a black thing.
Yeah, this looks good. It's just on the wall, it looks dark.
Yeah.
Better watch out.
Don't want the lines in it. That's drastic. Okay, so I got this wall patched up pretty good. It looks worse on the phone, like always, but the ceiling is scratched up a little bit from after I painted, so that's gonna get touched up. And then from back here, you can't even tell that the wall is terrible. And then this, goddamn, that looks dark as fuck. So like when you leave, like when I was painting it, it looked dark, and then I come into the room and then it's like, it's still dark. That looks like a navy blue on the phone. Holy shit, and it changed again. That's the same color in here as there. I don't know how you accurately represent it. Do I like shine it in the sun, the phone, and then you can see it just changes on the phone. Okay, we have a spotlight on, and it more accurately represents the color of the room. It doesn't look black right now, and the sunlight's out a little bit, or daylight. It's kind of cloudy today, but if you look over here where the light is not, it's kind of dark. It looks good in here. We almost have a bedroom. So we're moving in right now. We picked up this carpet this morning. We got those a few months ago from a hotel. Molly just changed the knobs on there to black. We have another one to match. My bed's coming in from my house. And we got TV set up and some blinds the other night. We got to paint that little cover that's going to go there, but we have a wall vent there. One there. The mirror kind of matches, needs to be probably cleaned, honestly. And we have a new doorknob. All right, we got all the little details, so let's get a bed in here. Okay, here it is. We have a bedroom and a spaceship bed. Now, this is the bed I made a couple years ago. It's from my old house, and we got some nightstands. So the nightstands and that came from a hotel that we got for free. We changed all the knobs. These things kind of match everything that we've been doing in the house so far, if anybody's been following along with any of the videos. These are on Amazon for 40 bucks. And they got USBs and a plug on the top. Really nice setup. Same with the other one. It came in a pack of 2 for 40 bucks. I mean, you really can't beat that. And it came with the light bulbs. Great set. Lights, I also got that off Amazon. That was another 20 bucks. I have an affiliate link I have in the description, so I'll show those where I got those. Do you have the remote?
In the drawer.
In the drawer. So the LED lights came with this nice little remote, and it's pretty neat. So this room is nearly complete. We got TV in here. We moved the router in here. We got to get those ratchet straps out. That cover is getting painted currently right now. The paint's drying. And we have more pillows and stuff at the house. We're not fully moved in yet. These blinds are up. Everything's starting to take shape in here. It's looking pretty good. So here's a little look underneath. It's pretty neat. Oh boy, I never even hit that one before. And then you just have the solid color menus. What's that one do? And then I think it dims as well, but I kind of like this color. Yeah, let's go. Try that one. And the green. Yeah.